but every team was out to get them in the last game. Stardust, their great win yesterday on Miramar is
setups we've seen previously on Miramar, and it's pretty far south.
You can say that again. That is as south as they come. I wonder, you know what, if we're doing like a polar opposite of Oasis, we are going to end on the small island east of Los Hijos. If we're going as far south with shift 2 as the second shift went north in the game yesterday. We'll see. For esports, well, coming off of a win, they have just been gifted this first circle. Everything is up for the taking for them. Curious to see where they're going to end up setting up shop. They're not really a team to do these wide split far, but still sitting in second place damage-wise. That is something he's looking to change.
I feel like he did have 18 from the first 3 games, but hold that thought, because Overpeak is finally pulling up onto at least one side push, but Howler collapsing on this.
Once you hear that one being reloaded, you go, do we really want to push up those stairs? Because if there's a building we've seen time and time and time again just not being pushable, well, it's these ones here. One inside. James, does he spot him? Yes, he does, but misses the first shot. He's going to fall. Schofield gets himself a lucky one there. James not one to usually miss those, but happens, unfortunately, in that situation.
A little rabid on the push on the way in, actually.
Yeah.
Seems unlucky not to get the jump on him inside the smoke. Again, Circle actually pulling back out to the north somewhat. You can see how the land lies here with starter warehouses here of pretty heavy eastern favor.
Oh, SKS headshot, body shot,
okay.
easy knock.
Right, well, example's upside down in a vehicle, so.
It's as if it just never wins. I just can't win these fights. Fortunate forward Uber there now, ready and waiting, finds the first one. Will they commit the rest of them? Yes, they will. Melman out of the vehicle, takes a little bit of damage for running straight into the tree, and headshot
Big
coming through.
headshot.
Iroh doing a ton of damage here.
Actually, gonna try and post this nade inside.
Oh,
Actually, Melman inside. Oh, it just bounced off, it came back out. Melman absolutely beams him off that window.
That is a great shot and a crucial timing on it too. You can see just up above them, Wu are there looking in that direction. Not going for the flush just yet. He wants the rest first. Now can't really figure out, do it go for it here? Nope, go inside. Smart play on the side of Melman here, but Wu, again, looking to go in this direction, but haven't quite committed to it just yet.
Again, with Foot Esports losing one early, you'd almost expect Iroh to come. Nonetheless, Na'Vi come through, we'll get the res. Overpeak is still positioned to the south. Ibby's still split away from the Wu and actually bouncing back the other direction now. So Hal definitely kicking themselves after over-rotating towards the eastern side here. As we know, actually, they were positioned to the south of where the last 2 members of Foot Esports were. Yes. Overpeakers have got themselves an edge and actually a choke point in terms of the road as well.
I mean, as much as they would probably want to be further center on this one, you'd have to imagine.
There's fellas actually pulling up onto the backside of Northern Lights' hilltop. Perfectix in on off angle here. It might be able to open this up.
They've been running side by side for a while, so I was going to say they both have to know each other's whereabouts. Nice off angle, though, using the grass for cover, but it's Tixer to find the first Lou. Thought he had a good spot there, didn't hit the... He carries him?
Just on the edge here, but the res is going to be pretty problematic for them.
He's trying to run off with him. In the meantime, other teams trying to make the fully committed push on forward. Lyron goes for the full send. Not going to work out for him. Hunted down by Stardust. 4 tough rotations in from the east. Now they've actually committed south around, and the circle's going to favor the east side mountain.
Actually get themselves a dip to play on the underside of this ridge as well. To force any pressure onto Exo. Spyro going to get pulled up on now. Fellas looking to seal the deal on that previous engagement. Batulin's last man standing now. Tries to get something done. Going to find Tiksu. Actually, the rest of fellas of the miscommunication here, because they're finding another engagement onto Ents here, Toby.
Yeah, this is not organized at all in the way they're approaching this. Going over on the other side, Ents taking some casualties, but staying alive. In the meantime, Arden Favors, as we see them in the kill feed, they're actually making something of face. They lose 3, and there comes the last! Shotguns galore. Favors found 2. The third goes to Monologue. Art finds 1 as well.
That split from Ascend, actually, I'm not sure actually if it was Brexco that finds it, but Clip's been knocked out in the open. The rest of Ascend, though, meanwhile, look at this. Mika's fallen. They're trying to mount an attack onto question mark.
Yep, trying to make the southern wrap around here, or at least fend off the push coming in. The issue is, as you can see as well, Braxco is completely kind of isolated from his team. Maybe he would have had an angle down there, but you have to imagine that they need him up close. They need him to be...
There's a snake in the midst. Where did Artie come from?
Art is snuck up. I think he's been around for a while, but actively crawled further towards this, and now he finds himself in the middle of all of his. Ferris will go down. Not too much Art could do about it. Fourth. That is
phased
nuts.
out as well. So
exactly, that is incredibly impressive. Adusi adding to the numbers, just pushing themselves further ahead of Polish Power.
I think it might have even been spotted there. Yep, got to pull the trigger. Aliyah quick to it though. Overpeak is out in 11th.
The same thing from the north, so they've got to pick a fight eventually, or else they're all going to come for them. Nailcrop though does manage to land a good nade onto Dante.
Creeping right, it's still split here. Sent very split, and actually Apocalypse relayed that information. Actually, Celtic, the perfect bait. See Celtic just spamming shots into the air there to try and pull Brexco his direction. Puts Apocalypse into a position to punish him.
Great play from Stardust. Haven't seen a lot from them in the past. Then they make their way through to the finals, and here they are, sitting 9th currently, but a very doable jump up into one of the top positions. Question mark. Still with Hobbits left to play. Lobs one more nade over and extends again. Able to find kills this time around. Adusi falls.
Just gonna be able to get that first aid off the Mad though.
They hold that.
Trigger, look at this. Howl looking to collapse it onto Stardust. A ton of damage coming through, and actually Schofield finding one into Chris in the mix.
Howl have just stolen the kill feed, making it theirs for their own. And, well, it looked good for them. Stardust feeling it as they try to stay put through that one. Hobbits solo fight against Kelton, trying to both of them make their way into placement points. It's going to be Kelton. Nice peek around the ridge line there, or the rock, I should say, to stay alive. 8
as well.
Na'Vi backfilling on this one. To Kelty again. Solo player left alive, but still.
He's going to run into Kyokai.
Yeah, you'd have to imagine. You'd have to imagine. Unless if that flash somehow bounces down. At least he's going to get one right. Nope, Schofield is peeking for info. He's not dead just yet. Kelty's running out of bullets. That's suboptimal. That nade from Matt might be it, but win or die, over the top, extends again. Such an impact player for the team.
Actually, find Lauza up on the top side here. That makes it very difficult for the Mad to close this out. Kyokai actually comes out of cover. The Mad deals with him, though, and no real damage done, so it doesn't even make things easier for Celtic.
22 bullets for Kelty to work with. Nothing to spare here at all. Matt holding the angle. He's going to hear the footstep. He's going to see him, and he's going to take him down. Howl, once again, getting things going. It's not going to change too much on the leaderboard, but wow, they've been climbing back up today.
Ruin's still tucked on the underside here. I'm not sure if he's still there or not, but Leos going to deal with him.
They've already got quite a few kills this game. And, well, Circle just went their way. Best of luck. Spots get rushed in the open. Easy pickings for him. And now, where, oh where, Na'Vi, do you go?
Best of luck with a ton of damage there onto Norcus to clean
through
things
the
up.
Smoke too. Best of luck probably realized I'm not going to be using my DMR much more this game. Uber now in the blue tanking a few. Nade from Mask, who takes down Alia. Melman and Uber alone for the team, and Nuki now falls as well. Polish Power, despite the fact that Ents hasn't been making any sound at all as of late, still noticed by Polish Power. First one to fall is going to be Nuki. Not sure if Squeaky can get it back up.
Actually, I'm not sure here if Alia's going to be able to crawl away.
They got the smoke cover needed.
Nixie going to follow up onto Melman here, so it puts Uber in a very, very awkward position, and actually Nixie comes out with the shotgun, going to seal the deal.
Down towards the compound, he's going to be right. The issue now becomes he was visible to end, so he has to back off, and now actually it's going to be Vasco finding Nixie, so Woo, the team that you thought would be engaging last in all of this, are the first one to take care.
Yep. Actually, to say that, maybe not for much longer. Crinio comes over the top. He's going to find 2 Pains, and Vasco will fall.
There's a surprise element, just like that, how they've been playing the tournament and how they've been playing in the last 2 matches here. It was Adusi who dealt with what was a very, very big one for a high kill win in the previous game on Military, and now seems like they're coming right back for the win.
Well, actually, you're going to be able to close the distance here. If Ents can do any damage. Polish Power split in 2-2, so they have multiple angles here. Squeaky actually opens up. He finds the first knock onto Martelek.
Can't get the second one. It was close, though. Will he get the flush? Yes, he will. Again, Squeaky ends. So trying to deny him vision. The issue is Squeaky is using these smokes against them.
Actually, Nuki doesn't fall immediately either. Norcus out in no man's land right now. Cappy's taking a ton of damage as well, Toby.
Yep, gets the first aid off. Has a few more to work with, and more flashes are being thrown on forward. Are they going to be able to get the rest? You wouldn't have to imagine. Squeaky, though, has him behind the tree, but it's going to be Norcus to find the final kill. 8 kills.
So they really needed that too, trying to kind of poke into that middle there. But it is Polish Power with not that much damage and kills as we usually see for them, but a good amount of utility to secure them that win. And this is a case of where they're thinking, all right, guys, this is potentially just a free win. Let's just ensure that we get it, so they're not as aggressive as they get there. So Ents there in second place with 12, and Woo with 10 to go in, along with Stardust too.
I think that's the important thing that we mentioned there in terms of Ents being able to, as they said on the desk as well, Saga, almost do that. It was close towards the end. A lot of off angles taken, a lot of utility, smokes as well as flashes coming in there. And if it wasn't for things like Norcus just wiggling around and finding himself a tree as they're coming around the smoke, it could have been a totally different game.
Yeah, Squeaky finally managing to come to life. He has really been struggling for Ents so far, particularly the first couple of days. But now it's great to see that they can make an appearance towards the late stage of the game. And they did